Welcome to the Offsite Dirt Network. We're here to create trust, connection, and collaboration across the offsite construction industry, bringing together leaders, builders, and innovators shaping what's next. Through real stories, expert insights, and lived experiences, we're building a more connected future together.
This video is brought to you by Modular.
So we're back here at Advancing Prefab, and I found a lifer, as I like to call him. He's been coming here for about 9 years. Matt is with a general contracting company that builds hospitals. So Matthew, I'm going to have you introduce your company and give a little bit of background as a lifer here at Advancing Prefab.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. So Robbins Morton, we're a general contractor based out of Alabama, but we work nationally. Our prefab program is a little different than most in that we're not doing prefab for the sake of it. We're doing prefab to provide value, and that may not always mean to use prefab. That might be a different solution. So, hospitals are very common, so we're able to use quite a and we find that the proof is in the pudding that our owners use us on the next project after we've done prefab.
So when you're talking about prefab and your owners and your team members, is it a constant same group of people every time coming from the construction side on your side? Is that the special sauce?
No.
Hey.
So our special sauce is assessment, right? So what we've done is we've created the metrics. We've looked at the jobs, and we've been doing prefab, with HCA and Compass Health. Both are leaders in prefab overall. So, we've learned a lot through working with them. They've really catapulted us, which makes us able to really go in and assess a project from beginning and end. Use the metrics that we've learned to make decisions early. That's the key for us. We have to prioritize what the biggest challenges on a project are, and then we concentrate on solving them with prefab and modular.
Do you work with a lot of different companies, or is it just always the same companies or those same partners?
So we work with completely different partners, different ownership groups across the country, different specialty contractors, trade partners, different architects and engineers. So yeah, we do quite a bit of prefab. I think right now we've got 67 hospital projects that are including prefab.
And when you're talking about prefab, what areas are prefabbed?
So that's another thing that we assess is, where are the biggest challenges? So we prefab everything from interior partitions, exterior panels, both bypass and load bearing, bathroom pods, racks, mechanical racks, completely modular penthouses, and completely modular CEPs. And now we're on our 4th completely modular freestanding ED, about 10,900 square feet, 10 beds. And we've accelerated the schedule on that almost in half from what it used to be. So we can set and dry in one of those complete structures in 12 days.
So being a general contractor, I'm sure you use a lot of tools to help you, Matt. And so with that, and you're talking about data, how do you actually obtain or review your projects in order to know that these are good and we're doing better, or this is a system that's working?
Yeah, that's the secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. I will say that what we've done is concentrated, coming from the skilled trade side. We were so detail oriented that we've really, general contractors haven't typically been, as into the details as we are. So having learned that, it was on the trade side, it's very easy for me to come into a project and really look at the minute pieces of it, right? So, we're able to establish metrics at the beginning of every project, concentrating on what metrics we believe will be the best suited for the next go, no-go. And then we use those. We can use those metrics over and over again, and it's really helped us prioritize and get the prefab in, because we don't want to run out of time. That's our biggest fault, is to run out of time.
So, Matt, you're a speaker here and you are going to be talking a little bit. I think the one thing that caught me in our conversation was you're bringing it all. Like you're going to tell us all. So, can you give us a little bit of the insider before we get to see you today?
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, we found that, we want to help, we want the industry to grow. And in order to make the industry grow, we really feel that it's necessary and better for the industry to collaborate. So we're talking to everybody on these projects. But having said that, the project that we're talking about today, it's not me presenting. It's really my field team. I'm just introducing them. They're the ones that did all the hard work and just provided an incredible project. And this is a very large project in Nashville. And I can tell you, just Cliff Notes version, that we saved about 300 men on that project. We were supposed to peak at 750, and instead we peaked at 400. So, talk about a win. Not only that, but we're also logistically, we saved 700 deliveries on the project. So those are real metrics that we can take to every project. They're data that not the typical prefabber thinks of.
I'm so glad that you're bringing that up because one of the things that we're missing in prefab, standardized construction, whatever you want to call it, offsite solutions, we have no data that's being shared. And so it's hindering us, right? As we continue to push the industry forward, as we continue to find good partners, find good general contractors, listen from their experience, we don't have anything to validate it. So good win for you guys. I love
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're very excited about it. It's a constant work in progress. But it's something, the reality is that everyone here knows, and everyone knows in construction, we don't have an overabundance of manpower. And that skilled trade is actually declining. So prefab, I don't look at prefab as an advantage that we're doing to help people right now. We're looking at it over the entire industry. We know that in 10 years that we're going to have to do a significant part, 60% or 70% of our projects with prefab labor so that we can save that amount of people on site.
I love that. And I love that you are not only fundamentally sound in those principles, but you're also proving it. To have that many projects at one time is extraordinary.
Incredible, yeah. Incredible. And our field teams are just experts at prefab.
So we had Amy Mark speaking today, and she was talking about the top down and about leadership and culture. How is it for you at your company?
So the culture is incredible. What she talked about is building blocks of systems on systems. So, what we've really looked at is not necessarily creating that system of system out of just prefab. We're looking at the system of systems as logistics, warehousing, our trades. So we call that trade initiated prefab. Then prefab that we initiate, something like exterior panels or CEP. All of those kind of help make things better.
And that's what we're here for.
That's right.
That's why we're here collaborating. What keeps bringing you back for 9 years in a row, Matt? This is pretty, you actually are the first person I met other than Amy that has been here this long. And I congratulate you on that for having that interest and that motivation and passion. What is it?
Well, thank you. I'm afraid that it's age, but no,
I think it's more wisdom.
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope it's wisdom. But I started on the trade side many years ago. Really, prefab is what gets me fired up. Modular gets me fired up. Healthcare construction gets me fired up. We feel like we're helping people. We're doing great things with prefab and modular. So those are really the things that keep me coming back, because I get to interface with all the people who have a passion about prefab and modular like I do.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing your story and talking about the hospital industry, because who would have thought? There's all these things we talk about housing and we talk about data centers, and really the echelon is to get into healthcare and to help those people to get in those beds faster, right? In those emergency rooms. Thank you for sharing your story.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
And that's the dirt on Offsite Dirt.
Thank you for being a part of Offsite Dirt Network. If you believe in building with trust, connection, and collaboration, you're in the right place.
Explore more stories, insights, and expert voices at offsitedirtnetwork.com and stay connected to what's next in offsite construction.